Hello, hey, how's everybody doing? Today I want to talk about the exit strategy. Do you have an exit strategy for your business? And this is, of course, for those who are entrepreneurs, business owners, you're your own boss, you work for yourself. You may be thinking like, hey, why would I want an exit strategy? But let me tell you, I'm going to break it down for you today. But before I get started, I'm Karwana D. I'm a certified business coach, author, and educator. I teach women and minority small business owners specifically how to grow their business with government contracts so you can have more consistent, sustainable income as a small business. And these are contracts that are already set aside. The government is already spending money and they're just waiting for you to basically put yourself in the way so that you can benefit from this spending. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to share 5 things that you should consider as a small business owner that will help you create a profitable exit strategy so that you can, basically eventually retire and enjoy the remaining of your life. So the reason why I'm talking about exit strategy today, even if you just started a business, this is something that you really, really, really want to consider, right? Because nobody's going to work forever. So you want to have a plan. And you want to make sure that what you're doing in business, it all counts, right? So you want to build a very valuable business, something that you can eventually either sell or hand off to the next generation. But, most of the time, people just, sell a business. There's a lot of people, and especially millionaires, who are in the business of buying businesses. So, and that is where the concept of startups come from. They build a very valuable product and they sell it. But anyway, what I'm going to share with you are just 5 tips that I want to share with you of how you can build a very profitable business, and use that as your exit strategy. So you want to think about when you started a business, from the ground up or whatever, bootstrapping your business or whatever. What is your ultimate goal? Do you want to have a business that's valued over billions of dollars, that perhaps you can sell that business to retire from at one day? Okay, but the first thing I want to talk about is the business foundation. So this is on the top of the list, the business foundation. When you think about starting a business and going into business, a lot of times people they just get a business license and they just go, especially those who have been, disadvantaged or disenfranchised, or people who are bootstrapping from the ground up and don't really understand how business works. And this is not something that they even teach you in school. They don't teach you these things, right? You just gotta learn along the way and learn by default, learn by accident. Okay. So the business foundation is very, very key. So even if whether you've been in business for 2 days or 20 years, right, you can always fix what's missing. Okay. So, and I'm going to explain, I'm going to elaborate a little bit. So with your business foundation, if you have the right things in place, right, you can leverage your business foundation to not only attract financing and capital, but credit and lines of credit. And so just the foundation alone can bring you millions and millions and millions of dollars. Okay. Let me explain. For example, if you have the right type of business foundation, which includes some of the things that it includes are like a business license, your EIN, your Dun and Brad number, a website, a business phone number. Like there's some other things that go into that. And if you want to know more, I'm happy to share. Just, let me know in the chat. But if you have certain things in place in your business foundation, you then could take that foundation and leverage it to build business credit. Okay, so I know that there are a lot of people out there learning how to build business credit, and the reason why everybody is so excited about that is because it's business credit is completely different from personal credit. So let's just say you have a really great business foundation and you've went through the steps to set it up appropriately. When you apply for lines of credit or a credit card, different from like a personal credit score, your business credit score could give you access to like $50,000 lines of credit, $100,000 lines, and then also it'll give you access to particular lines of credit up to like $250,000 lines of credit with 0% interest. What can you do with that? You can actually take the whole $250,000 out, invest it into your business, and then you have like 0% interest for like 12 months, 24 months, 18 months, or depending on like what institution you go to. But that is power. Okay. So if just imagine having multiple lines of credit, multiple credit cards, multiple vendor accounts that you have with business credit. And so eventually you can build a multi-million dollar just business just off credit alone, right? So that is value. Okay. Is that a part of your exit strategy? Do you want to make sure your business foundation brings value up of half a million or a million or a couple million? You can do that by building, and you have to understand how to do that. Okay, so the business foundation could be a part of your exit strategy. So do you want to use your foundation to retire? Okay, that's the question. Number two is credit base. I'm sorry, yeah, credit base. Well, actually, basically, number two is your products and services. So we're going to do that. So products and service, what are the products and services that you offer in your business, and what is the value of that? So if you, offer like $2,000 products or $5,000 products or $10,000 products, how attractive is your market? How attractive is the service or the product that you offer? That's value, right? That is value. And so understanding your value, and there are people who sell like books for like $10 and have a multi-billion-dollar business because of that, right? Because they're serving a purpose in their book, and then their purpose leads to their book leads to a course, or leads to a coaching package, or leads to something else, right? And so understanding the value of your products is also could also be a part of your exit strategy, right? So when you combine the two, your business foundation that you can leverage to really, 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 attract funding, and money and credit and stuff like that, with the value of your products. Okay, so now you have two pieces to your exit strategy, and you're building, right? All right. So then number three is your customer base. Okay. And I'm kind of skipping around on my list, but I want to just make sure you have everything. So the customer base, who are your customer bases? Like, is it individual people? And which could be a problem, right? Individual people, sometimes it's really hard to build a business off of individual people. So are you doing a mix, right? Do you have the right mix of customer types, right? Because you can do business with corporations, right? And that could be your customer base. You can be doing business with government agencies, and that could be your customer base, as well as private individuals and small businesses. And so who is your mix? So that having that customer base and understanding how your business works and packaging all that together could really, really help you build a multi-billion-dollar valuable business that you can eventually, 20 years, 30 years plan to retire, right? You're selling your customer base, your business foundation, the credit that you built, all of those things, right? And so credit base is also, another one of those things that you can actually think about building. And so that kind of goes in line with your business foundation, because business foundation is key to building credit, right? So number four would be the credit base. Like, what type of credit do you have in your business? Is it lines of credit? Is it credit cards? Is it loans? Like, do you have grants and all of these other valuable assets as a part of your business? So that is another piece that you can add to your business foundation to think about your exit strategy. And so when you really, really, really think about and put all these things together, you're like, wow, I can really, build a valuable business and retire by adding these components. And sometimes it's really just about educating yourself and understanding how it works, and then doing the work, right? So you can have knowledge all day, but if you don't take action and put in the work to make it happen, then you're just smart. You're just smart, right? But putting in the work is going to be key, right? So I said I was going to share five, okay? So business foundation, credit base, value of the products and services that you offer, as well as your customer base. And another thing that I want to share with you that's going to be key to having a profitable business with an exit strategy is the $1 million math, right? I'm going to share with you the $1 million math and what that looks like. This is actually a concept that I never even thought about. I actually learned it from my mentor, who is Christiane Anise of She's Got Her Own Network. I absolutely love that network. I learned so much just from this young lady, amazing, amazing, empowering person, who helps women, learn about business and positioning and everything like that. So anyway, She's Got Her Own Network. I just gave you a shout out because I love you. But let me show you the $1 million math, right? So understanding how easy it is to make $1 million, when you actually look at the math, you can work backwards. And so I'm going to share with you guys the $1 million math plan. Like these numbers could look different for anybody, right? And so I'm going to move it over a little bit so that you can see the whole thing. Okay. So basically, I mean, these numbers could look different, for anybody, but when it comes to $1 million math, really all it is math, products. Okay. So when you're thinking about like your products and services, what is it priced at? What is it valued at? Right. So if, for instance, if you have a $50 product, then you would know you need to, in order to make $1 million, which hopefully is your goal, to make your first million or second million or third million, depending on where you are in your business. To meet that goal of $1 million, you have to have $20,000 in sales, right? Which is possible. It's possible for you to have $20,000 in sales, but how do you get there, right? So you have to look at the numbers and work backwards. Are you going to need to spend money on advertising to get that? I mean, because you can easily, with advertising, reach $100,000, 100,000 people and land $20,000 in sales. Very, very easy with a $50 product. Okay. Very, very doable. Okay. So another number, $100 product, you would have to have $10,000 in sales. $200 product, which is, easy to have, just even selling, hair products or whatever. $5,000, 5,000 sales, okay, to reach $1 million. But imagine having a program where you're helping people, reach transformation and grow and get and get results, amazing results, and you're selling a $1,000 coaching program or a course or something. All you need is 1,000, right? So the higher the number, the higher the value of your product, the less numbers you have to reach, right? The less goals, right? The less people that you have to, to get as a customer to land that, right? So imagine a $2,000 product, you would only need 500 people. Very attainable in a year. You can do that absolutely in a very short time, okay? And so beyond products and services, just imagine landing a contract, right, with the government or with a corporation, because those are like six-figure contracts by themselves. So if you can get a $150,000 contract or a $200,000 contract with the government, right, per year, which is very easy to do, attainable. I show you how to do that in my own program. Just imagine, 10. All you need is 10, right, to reach that $1 million, or 5 if it's 150,000, right? So very, very easy. Yeah. So Star says she's been trying to preach this to my audience, and so there's a lot of ways to make money, you guys. There's a lot of ways. So if you've been seeing a lot of people popping up through Facebook ads, selling products and services and coaching programs and all that, that's because they have the $1 million game plan, right? They have a plan. What is your plan? This is all a part of the exit strategy. So even with memberships, you guys, and so I want to show you right here. If you had a membership program, right, where you're giving value to people, your clients, and showing them how to do something or teaching them about something, it could be anything. It could be teaching them how to edit photography, how to make really, really amazing photos. Shout out to my boy, Timothy Alexander White, who's really phenomenal with, with photography stuff. But 250 members, if they pay $333, if you have something that's that valuable, that's $1 million, right? So even if you charge $83 a month, you would only need 1,000 customers to dang near bring in $1 million per year. That is, all of these things are so attainable, you guys. And so I wanted to share that with you because, I thought it was very key for, us to share information about, how to make money in your business, thinking about an exit strategy. How do you retire from your business? Even if you get into the business of building business, right? Building the business credit and creating that customer base to a very, very valuable business and selling it, right? Flipping businesses. People are in the business to flip businesses and sell it, right? That is an exit strategy. So what is your goal? And even for me, like I had to think about like, what is going to be my ultimate goal? Where do I want my business to be, at the point to me want to retire, right? I want a multi-billion-dollar business that I can simply sell and retire from, right? And these are ways to get it. Understanding how products works, understanding the million-dollar math, understanding how business credit works, understanding your customer base, and having that customer mix. All of those things helps you to have a very valuable business and have something to retire to, because we don't, self-employed people, we don't have retirements, right? So there's a bunch of different other things, of course, that you can do to have a retirement, like, in investing in life insurance, and the right type of life insurance. In fact, Wavette is really good at that. My friend Wavette Pulliam, but she's really great at teaching you how to invest in life insurance policies, not for death, but for life, for living benefits that you can actually take out and retire from. So there's a bunch of different wealth building strategies there. So anyway, you can actually catch me tonight. I'm actually from 6 to 8. I'm actually going to be doing a live free training about entrepreneurship, building business credit, about all those things, but also highlighting government contracting and how you can actually land contracts as a small business owner, as a woman business owner, like those large 6-figure contracts that I'm talking about here today. So anyway, you can catch it. I'll drop the link if you guys want to register for free. But the actual flyer is on my page, but I'll just share it again this morning. But it's from 6 to 8. So I have a colleague of mine is going to be talking about real estate to build wealth as a vehicle, and I'm going to be talking about entrepreneurship as a vehicle, right? So these are retirement vehicles, you guys. So anyway, so I hope that was very valuable. I hope it was able to help you understand like your business and what you have, and what you can make out of it, and how you can use this vehicle as a wealth building mechanism to retire the way that you want, and how to up your game. All right. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Tangi. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I'm happy to help. But definitely that $1 million math is so amazing, because it gives you a goal and you can work backwards to reach those goals, and every milestone counts. Okay. So you guys have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see some of you on the workshop tonight. Again, I'll share the link. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.